Marriage is a conspiracy. The only good thing about it are the gifts and the honeymoon. Bitter? Table for one? Do we think,
Just a
girls?
tad.
Or do you agree with that?
Damaged.
Damaged.
And actually, why is she writing a book about it? That's what everybody says when they get divorced. I mean, we could all write a book about it, frankly, and we all get over it. And I think that to say you'll never say never again, you know, and I've... This is my third. But, you know, it took me time to practice. I've got it right now.
You're optimistic.
I am optimistic, but I'm a great believer in the sanctity of marriage, and I think it doesn't happen all the time. And I think when you're young, you have to learn to distinguish between, you know, love and lust or whatever. And there are it sounds awful, but there is a moment when you know that it's the right person, don't you? And you want to marry them.
So I never said that, though. I never said I would never get married again. Or I just absolutely knew I was married to the wrong person the first time round. Just in case you missed the show yesterday, I am getting married again. But this time, I know he's absolutely the right person. I know, because I've already made that mistake. But to go around saying you'll never do something again... You know, Jane said she would never get married again, and she's getting married again. You know, I just don't think you can...
Well, I think it's a protective thing. It's a protective thing, and I think it's a natural instinct. After you've been, you know, through a fire of any kind, emotional, whatever... you'd be an idiot, you know, to volunteer for it immediately afterwards again.
But you're not necessarily doing that, though, are you? Divorce is hideous. We all know that.
Yeah.
It is the worst thing that can ever happen. Well, it's not, but it nearly is.
Why is it important to you, then? Why not just sort of, you know, be happy and just live with Mark?
Because I'm like Lynda, I believe in marriage. I believe in that institution. I think it's important. And... You know, I'm completely in love with somebody. I never thought I'd say that. But, yeah, I know, and I really am.
Let's have a little look at him.
Go on, then, have a little look at him. Here he is. Have a little look at him.
Where is he?
Has he got the picture? Oh, no, you can't, no. Oh, there he is.
He is gorgeous, isn't he?
He really is. And it's not just because he's gorgeous, you know, to look at, which he is, you know.
But he's a lovely person.
He is a lovely person. He's gorgeous.
He's lovely
on the inside as well. So, you know, I'm not going into this thinking, oh, well, if we get divorced... you have to be optimistic. You have to be positive. And I want to be married to him, and he wants to be married to me. So we're going to get married.
What about you, Dens? Do you sort of buy anything that she says about...
No, I mean, no. I mean, when I got married, when I got divorced the first time, exactly, I felt exactly the same. And it was only when I got... And I've said before that we don't have the kind of marriage necessarily that some people might have. I think it's different views of marriage, but the fact is, no matter what's going on in
each marriage to itself,
it means a lot to us. You know, people can criticise some of the things that maybe we've done, which I think I've been quite open about. But the fact is, we are married. We don't just stay together for the children, because I don't think we would, if we were really unhappy, we would leave. And but when I got married to Tim in the registry office, in the cold light of Haringey registry office, and I have said this before, I knew in the most unromantic of settings that was how it should be, and how when I got married the first time it was wrong, and I knew that, really. I just don't know why we ever went through with it.
It's important to you as well,
then? It is important to me, but I think some people think it's not, because I have maybe, you know, lived my life slightly differently, maybe broken some of the vows. It just, but to me, it's what we have is important, and it's only up to us how we view our marriage vows.
But do you think you would have got through all of... Sorry, Jackie, you would have got through all of that if you hadn't have been married?
I think probably not. No. And we've said before that, you know, that we don't think that we stayed together for the children, but I think that what marriage does is it just gives you a slightly bigger commitment, and you just try harder, because I think these days people just give it away too quickly. You know, at the first blip, they throw it all away, and I think it should mean more than that, and it just makes you try that little bid harder, especially when there's children involved.
Did you say that then?
I think immediately afterwards, probably in the first year, I was sort of like, I'd never want to go through that again, and by that I meant sort of the pain of the breakdown, the divorce. So I couldn't have imagined that I would get married again in the immediate aftermath. But you're raw, and this lady who's written this book sounds to me like she's still very raw and very wounded. But, you know, time is a great healer. It's a cliche, but it's true. And you do get over things, and you can reflect back and think, you know, it wasn't that marriage was wrong. It's I was married, and equally he was married to the wrong people.
Yeah.
And therefore it was never going to be a good marriage.
Also, she goes on about it's down to the jeweller and the flowers and the dress. I think there's a case to be made for people, young people, because it's all now such a big deal getting married for the dress. You know,
it's about the wedding rather than the marriage.
Yes, you should concentrate on helping people to find that fantastic feeling that you want to marry somebody rather than live with them or walk down the aisle in a lovely dress and ask them for a big ring and a load of flowers.
It is important. It's another discussion, probably. I still think it is important to live with someone first, though, before marrying them. Are you going to do that?
Well, you stayed the weekend.
For more Loose Women action, click here. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.